Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's me, Lynn Renee McDonald, for Practical Spirituality Live. Today, what we're going to talk about, Spirit is guiding me to talk to you about what is happening in the world. I could say a news story, but the news meaning what they're putting on TV as news and all the hype about it. And we're going to talk about, I'm being guided to talk about this in reference to the coronavirus. As you all know, I don't know how you couldn't know if you have any kind of TV or anybody else does. They walk around and they talk about things, so you hear things from other people, what's going on. So right now there's I guess you could say, is it it's an epidemic or a pandemic or... I think that might be, those are the words that you could use to describe this. I think that is. However, what the issue is that there is a virus that originated in China. Apparently, this is what they're saying, that they are calling the coronavirus. And a lot of people are dying from it. When basically, this is the deal. There's all this hype going on. And yes, anytime there's sickness and unwell, that's never a good scene. Nobody ever really wants that. And it certainly isn't in the healthiest, best alignment of the highest place of love. Absolutely. But it is within all that is love. All right. And these things happen for a reason. It's all part of the whole big picture of love energy and to teach us about love energy. So the coronavirus, all right, is what they're saying is a new virus. All right. So new viruses, new bacteria, new things are always going to be showing up. That is the nature of God. God is creation. So new things are always going to be coming in. All right. What fuels all of this is people's fear. So really the coronavirus is another fucking virus, not unlike the flu, very much like the flu. People, hundreds of thousands of people die from the flu every fucking year, right? So, and from other viruses and other sicknesses, right? The bottom line is sickness, no matter what the kind. It is the hype here that creates it to be a big shitstorm or not on a personal level as well as a collective consciousness level. So people in China are freaking out. And have you seen any kind of the news videos and shit from over in China that they say are in China, all right, for the intensive purposes of this video here, what I've seen is, they're taking away people in like paddy wagons that are sick, and people are wearing masks and they're locking themselves in their homes. It's like some strange shit, and you're just like, this is a fucking virus, people. All right. Viruses, they make people sick. They happen for many different reasons, but they happen like everything else that is all of God from love, okay? Part of the grand design of all that is love to help and assist us, right? So this is a great teacher, this virus. Why? Because it is teaching us that this is what fear does. Every fucking single time there was a new disease, a new virus, all right, everybody jumps on it and everybody's afraid of being sick, afraid of being unwell, afraid of so many fucking things. And what do? They buy into it. They get in this fear space of being sick and being unwell. And that's what's happening with the coronavirus, right? It would not be so big and so wild because they create it to be this way. The news fuels it, gets it out there. It's one thing to tell people the news without fueling this fire and making it crazy and putting unwell energy behind it. It is a totally different deal than what they're doing right now. Is, it's one thing to learn about something and know about something and to protect yourself from love, right? And let's say, use thieves oil, as thieves essential oil or natural medicines to help protect you so you can make choices like that, all right? Because thieves essential oil is a natural antiviral, right? Young Living makes the thieves. I think doTERRA also makes an equivalent oil to that helps people be well, right, on a holistic healing level. Essential oils, great stuff, right? Okay, that said, So the reason we're talking about this is so that you can what? Protect yourself, all right? You can protect yourself. If you know what's coming, that would be a good reason to hear the news. Just like I don't watch the news very much. I don't have a lot of time in my life. I'm too busy doing what I love to do and what my soul came in here to do. And this YouTube is all part of that. So I don't have a lot of time to focus. If I need to know something that's going on in the world, universe brings it to me. Like I'll see a newspaper as I drive by a newspaper box and it'll say coronavirus on it, and then I'll know that's what's going on. There's a virus. There's a new virus out there. And then one of my clients will tell me, or somebody I run into in the grocery store, I'll overhear them speaking. If there's something important for me to know about, universe, with the highest guidance from love and my highest heart self and my soul, will bring that information to me in all different ways. I do not have to watch the news to get that. And right now, there's so much hype and so much wildness, right, around all of this. How you feel about something and your fear creates how toxic any of this becomes to you, as well as the collective consciousness. The more we are afraid of things such as the coronavirus, right? The more we create more fear, the more we create more viruses down the road, more sicknesses down the road, the more we are likely to get sick in general, to make ourselves sick, to get the coronavirus. The more you fucking fear it and you stop it from letting you live, right? Whether it's that virus or this virus, the more you create it to happen, because this is the law of love energy. So it's one thing to know and prepare yourself to know something, like if the news reported something, hey, there's a new virus out in China. It behooves us to use natural protectants or take precautions, right, to keep us healthy and safe from love, right? So we would ask love what we can do to not get that. And then we don't fuel it emotionally, where we bring it into our reality and create it to happen. You know, sometimes we can create it by happening for our kids or happening for somebody else or happening in our lives. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, when I say happening for somebody else, in order for you to create it, that energy to go for somebody else to have it, they have to believe and be afraid of it. Do you see what I'm saying? So the reason this video is here is so that you know that there is no reason to be fucking afraid anymore of the coronavirus than any other fucking virus or any new thing that's coming in. Be wise. Work with love. Ask to be free of the fear of it. Ask to be free of the fear of being sick. Ask to be free of the consciousness that is all of these things or would make you sick. Ask to have the best way to be in place of this from love, right? Because the more people who become afraid of this is what creates, I think it's a pandemic. This is what creates a plague, you know what I mean? Or a huge viral thing like what is going on. You know, they're like afraid of it in China. They're afraid of it. You know, there's reports of it being in San Diego or here or there. And people are freaking out. The more they freak out, the more they create the big picture to have it and be in their reality. And the more they fuel the collective consciousness. On a personal level, it fuels the big show, the collective consciousness. Just like when we talked about Donald Trump in the past, right? He's a great example in politics in an earth world to show you how fear, hate, unwell, right? And belief systems of unwellness or less than love in any way, shape, or form, and being fueled by emotion, the fear of that, oh my God, and emotionally charging it, that creates all the unwellness in your life as well as in the collective consciousness, which is creating then for it to spread all over the country or spread all over the world or wherever it is going. Do you see what I'm saying? Today, this video is about informing you guys of what is going on anytime there is a new sickness. It really is the same as the old sicknesses. There will be cures. There will be all that is love, that is God. There will be changes, right? The best thing for you to do with anything that comes up, because this world is constantly changing and sickness is just part of that. And all the stuff in our souls is what creates us to be sick from an unwell space in us. The fear. There are two things that create in this world, fear and love, right? Now, when I say that, there's all different kinds of ways of being and bits and pieces that connect to fear within our souls. And unless we clear that out, we do not change right? What happens, meaning we cannot change us from getting sick if we don't clear all the things connected to that in our soul. And that is all governed by fear. From the beginning of all time, that is our portal, our space of God, to present day now, we carry all stuff within us. And we are always connected to all that is source, that is God, that is love. And this is how we have all the answers to everything. The higher we vibrate, the more we work with love, the more we're not going to be sick, the more we heal ourselves by clearing out our stuff in our souls. The more when we sit here and we go, oh, I'm terrified of the coronavirus. Holy fuck, I don't want to get that. And oh my God, right? Instead of doing that, recognize in that moment that you are doing that you are afraid. Like when a TV commercial fucking comes on the TV and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to get cancer. I'm going to get cancer. I know I'm going to get cancer, right? And soon as you start to do that, ask God to be free of that. Ask God to be free of the fear of cancer, free of the fear of the coronavirus, free of any and every habit, pattern, belief, consciousness in you that would cause this to happen to you. Bring this to your life in any way, shape, or form, and all fear and all less than love and all unwellness is all consciousness. And all that is this, clear, heal, and change all this in our souls and in all we are, be, say, do, and create, and all that it is, and the best way for us and all are something better, and from the highest form of love that exists in this reality, any reality, and all that is. And thank you, God, for that for us. When you do this, you are far less likely to get the coronavirus, to be sick, or to be sick constantly, right? Because the more you work on your soul, the more you clear shit out, the more you heal you, the higher you vibrate, the less sick you will be in all ways, because that is the law of universe and how things truly work. So the coronavirus is a great teacher, just like the Donald Trump stuff. The more the people fucking hate Donald Trump, the more he stays the president. The more they throw their unwell at him, the more what they don't want to happen happens, right? With him, right? The more, laws get enacted that they don't want to have, the more they throw their hate into the pot, right? And stir it up, the more they create that in the collective consciousness, because me or Susan or whoever, if I'm very hateful, right? Or that we're three people that are friends that are very hateful, right? In terms of politics or whatever it is, right? And we throw that energy out there. The reason we're friends, one of the reasons is because we are alike in some way, shape, or form. Like attracts like. What you are is what you attract to get your attention so you both can help heal each other. This is law of universe, right? But if me and my friend Susan and my friend Tim, right? If all three of us have all this hatred about, let's say, Donald Trump or something going on, right? And we fuel that, then we create hatred in our lives. We create people to hate us. We create sickness in us when we do this with coronavirus or whatever it is. Do you see? So, and then on an individual level, it creates unwell in our lives, right? Because our hurt, our unwellnesses always come back to us when we wail it out there, when we get in those unwell spaces within us, that vibe, less than love, the fears of everything, right? Fear and unwellness, and we fuel that, right? We fuel that in ourselves. We create it on a personal level, unwellness, like the coronavirus, right? And then when all three of us are friends, because like attracts like, that's how we create what is happening in the collective consciousness. Then we have three people who are afraid of the coronavirus. Then we get more people who are afraid, and more people jump on the train, and more and more and more and more. And then it becomes this big, huge epidemic, this big, huge problem, right? All right, of super unwellness. But remember, no matter what is happening in the world, no matter what sickness, no matter, what volcano, what tornado, whatever the gigantic fear factor is that's coming into your world, and in this case, we're talking about the coronavirus, you have the power within you, within all that is love, that is God, to change everything by clearing everything out of you, by learning, growing, working with love all the time. Ask love what you need to clear. Ask love what would cause you to get this. Ask love which creates this in your life. Ask love where the fuck this fear is coming from, and ask love to be free of all of this in your soul and all you are, be, say, do, and create, and all that is, and to truly be well and put in place of that the best way to be from love in the highest form. in this reality, any reality, and all that is. Because the more you do this on a personal level, then you will have friends who do this. The more you work with love, the more I change me, I have more friends and the more I work with love, the more I have more friends who do the same. The more my friends do the same, the more then we have a group, and then we start to change the collective consciousness on huge, massive levels. Just the same way as this fear factor in people creates the coronavirus, you create the highest form of love on the planet by being that in you and always working with love, then more and teaching that just by being that and practicing it. You don't got to be a teacher like me. Just practice what you do and believe in from authentically in this love, right? Energy, and work with it. And then you will automatically, with the law of love energy in this reality and at the highest metaphysical space, right? You will automatically bring that into your life, right? And you will create your greatest life, your greatest you, and you will be the teacher for them just by doing it for yourself. You lead by what? Example. By doing an earth world is one of the greatest ways to lead, as earth world is real life, real reality, 3D, right? 3D, right? All right. So remember all these gifts and tools that are going to help you, and this is how you can help, and you do help to change the world from love. And so that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. The only thing that makes things unwell for us is fear. All right. Fear in some way, shape, or form. Fear from the past that manifests into something unwell, a habit, pattern, and a belief. And that's what all of this coronavirus hype and unwellness is. Because the truth is, it's just like any other fucking virus, any other fucking unwellness. You fuel how bad it is or how unwell it is for you personally and in all ways by your fears and your unwellnesses. Your unwellnesses are originally from fear. There are two things that really create love and fear. Okay. So if you jump on the train and you say, hey, thanks, love, for me never being sick, for me being free of ever being sick, for me being free of getting all caught up in the pandemic or the coronavirus unwellness, for me living the greatest life, for me being the healthiest I can be, and my family too, and clear, heal, and change any and all blocks in me that would stop that from happening. And thank you, God, for that for me. If you do that, you have all the power here, and you are far less likely to be unwell, not only with the coronavirus or any other virus or sickness, but within every area of your life. The more you work on you, the higher you vibrate, the more you work with love, the more you learn the ways of the law of love energy, or the way things work in earth world reality and all that is love, the more you live your greatest life. So go and be well. And be free of any hype or fear of all this unwellness is going on. You have the power to say, God, I want to be free of getting all crazy and wild with this. I want to be free of this. And you take the energy and you put it up there. Thanks, God, for that for us from love in the best way for us and or something better. And have a great night, and we'll talk to you soon.